West Ham won, Man United won. Absolutely gutting, heartbreaking. Honestly, I don't even want to do this right now. I am devastated. I can barely find the words for that. 96 minutes.
Yeah, heartbreak at the end there, mate. Worked so hard, worked so hard all game from minute one to even last minute after we conceded, mate. We still chased the ball down, but when you're in a relegation battle and you think that we see out that game, we get the 3 points, and then you level on points, and obviously teams above us, Leeds have picked up a point tonight. Tottenham, um, obviously dropped point and lost at home tonight, but yeah, it's gutting to concede a last minute goal like that. I mean, where they found 7 minutes from, I never know.
Joke.
Yeah, as you said, mate, before you started this football, it fucking breaks you sometimes. But look, it's at the end of the day, it is still a good point, and it should have been three. It should have been 3 points.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I would have taken a point before the game because of just how much of a tough game this was. But the way it went about, like, it feels like a loss. It feels like a loss. And we, like you said, we worked our asses off. And to 96th minute, it's tough, man. And like I said, we go equal to Forest with joint points. We go three behind Spurs, and with a minute left to go, with 5 points from safety. 5 points from Spurs and two from safety, with Forest to play Wolves tomorrow. So we well, obviously we'll talk about the game, but we have to beat Bournemouth, man. We have to, like, this, mate. And that was from the moment we scored. I was a nervous wreck. As soon as we got that goal, mate, for the rest of the game, I was a nervous wreck.
Yeah. Because that the thing is, you could see it was two teams that were sort of in form, because it was like beginning of the game, it was just like two teams. That's why the first half had no injury time, because it was just two teams trying to work each other out. There weren't many chances. Somerville had a strike that was saved by their goalkeeper, and we obviously cleared one off the line with Wan-Bissaka's knee. So there weren't much to go on in the first half, but the second half, it needed a goal. The commentators were saying it. The goal needed the game needed a goal, and we got it. It was a great run from Bowen. Souček's carried on his run, and it's a great ball from Bowen as well. And Souček's finished it off, and yeah, it's just once that went in, you felt the crowd lift as well, and everyone today. I mean, look, one player that has been slated a lot since he's joined this club is Mavropanos, but the last few games he stepped up, and tonight I thought he was immense at the back. I know Souček got man of the match, but he would have been very close for me to getting it, because he was solid at the back today. Disasi as well, bearing in mind it's his second game, a lot of questions about him when he signed, but I thought them two looked solid today, and
He had a good game.
we kept Man United. Man United over the last few games have looked good. You see them against Spurs on Saturday, like the way they were just knocking the ball about. We didn't allow them to do that tonight, and we said that last night on post-match pint when we filmed it, that if we don't let them control the midfield, we got a chance of winning the game, and yeah, we should have won that game.
It shows, man, like, one goal is not enough. Two goals most of the time isn't enough, but we needed that second badly. And I didn't agree with taking Tatty off that early for Wilson, because Wilson comes on. We'll talk about the chance Wilson had, but for most of the game, and what I thought it would be when he played, he was isolated and didn't really get involved in the game up until we went through on goal, and maybe a bit of composure, he should put that away. But Tatty was doing a lot, especially defensively, getting stuck in. He had the pace, he had the energy to. I know, obviously, he starts to drift, but 64 minutes, like, to take him off. I think he could have stayed on a bit longer, because I think he was key for us quite a bit, Tatty, with his all-round play.
Yeah, I mean, Tatty didn't have no real chances tonight, but he ran himself into the ground. He's just non-stop running, chasing down the defenders, trying to make them panic, trying to make them make mistakes. And yeah, I thought the same. I thought it was a little bit early. I thought maybe that sub should have come in the 75th minute or something like that. But yeah, I mean, Somerville, once again, great game from him, non-stop running. it took him about 10 minutes to sort of get into the game, but I think all the players did really. I think Bowen's started off. He didn't start the game well, underhit a few corners, overhit a few passes.
Lost the
But then
ball
once he got,
quite a lot.
there was a free kick where he just knocked it straight out of play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, once
These
they got
set
settled,
pieces, mate. I'm sorry. He's got to be
yeah,
taken off set. He's terrible.
there's obviously nerves going into tonight's game because they know how a bigger game it is, especially in front of the home crowd. And if we go 1-0 down early, the crowd will get restless, and that's why it was important for us to score first. And it's gutting him because we should be sitting here now because we worked so hard in that game that we should be sitting here now, talking about 3 points. And you think things are going your way, like with the offside when Casemiro scores that header, and you just and you get 7 minutes go up, and then United have not really had any chances. Then when you think about it, when they equalised, and don't get me wrong, it was a great goal, great finish by Sesko. It was a great finish, but they could have gone on and won it. They had another chance right at the end, and I thought to myself, if this goes in, this just sums up our season, because we don't deserve it. But look, it should have been 3 points, but I'm not going to grumble at a point,
No, it's just the thing is that the games are running out now, and look, like at this point, you can't fault the effort, but we got to try and get these results. We've got to try and see games out. Like so many games, we're managing to score first, but we can't just rest on our laurels after a goal. We got to try and keep going, and like they're just getting in must win after must win because we got Bournemouth next, but then you've got the likes of Liverpool and Villa and Man City to come, and you go through them games with no wins. All of a sudden, you end up being like 8 points adrift or whatever. Like it's so important now we start getting these wins because it's like 12 games left in it.
Yeah, definitely. You look at the fixtures we've got, but then when you look at the teams around us, you look at their fixtures, they've got similar fixtures. So if as long as we can pick up the points against the teams, that we should be picking the points up. Nothing's guaranteed in the Premier League, but from what I've seen in the last few games, I think that this team will go at any team now. They'll go. They won't sit back and they won't be frightened because we're in a position now where we can't be frightened. We just got to try to win these games. So that's why I think when the pressure's off a bit, you look 4 or 5 weeks ago when we lost them 2 games to Wolves and Forest, everyone thought we was down, but somehow we found a little run of form, and let's not. I know it's 2 points dropped tonight, but we're still, we still didn't lose. So that's a good sign. And we played a team tonight that are in form. They've just beat City and Arsenal in the last few weeks. So, we should look at it that way that, all right, we can see the last minute goal, but we did take it to a team that have been unbelievable in the last few weeks. And it just shows that if we can play like that against United, Chelsea, then we can go and do it against the likes of Bournemouth, Palace, and when we play teams like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I just have to hope. I have to hope Wolves get something because if Forest win, and it goes to 5 points behind, it's really deflating. But you know what? I have to say, Adama Traore, mate. I don't get that signing. I don't get Nuno's desperation from him. I know he hasn't played much, but I just look at him and I don't see a footballer. Like, I don't see a football player. When the way he is on the ball, he looks clumsy. His decision making. I mean, you have Scholes is wide open on the left. He waits and waits and waits to pass to Scholes until there's players around him, and all of a sudden, and then he receives the ball again and he's tripping over it. And someone mentioned earlier, like, of all the pace he's supposed to have, he's not getting back quick enough. Like, I just don't get a Traore. I don't get the obsession from Nuno.
Yeah, I didn't. Do you know what? And I know he's been given a lot of stick, but I would have. And I'm mad. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would have understood if he'd have brought Kilman on instead and just chucked him at the back, because then you've got like Magassa on, you've got Souček on.
Yeah.
Just chuck them out and see out that last few minutes. We had
I tell you,
chances to win it. We had chances to go 2-0 up, but we
yeah.
just,
Wilson should have done better there. I know it was good goalkeeping, but just to go through 1-on-1 with the keeper at that stage, 1-0. If he scores that, we win the game. That was a tough one. Shout out to Gary, £2 super chat, 10 points from last 5. This is real staying up. Yeah, this is it. We just need to keep going like this, really. But we're crazy. But I have to say, I thought Magassa was very good for a player that has been sort of taken out the team and just not given any minutes in so many weeks. I thought Magassa was really good when he come on, made a real positive impact. He's getting involved in tackles and getting in on the attack. So that's positive to see from him. Wilson was offside, wasn't he? Yeah, he was, to be fair.
Yeah, but there was also the chance where Wilson, where he could have cut it back. I thought he took too many touches. You had Traore bursting from midfield, and Magassa was up there with him. All he had to do was lay it back, but he put his head down. He didn't look up quick enough, and he took that extra touch. And by the time he looks up, the defenders come across and blocked it. We should be sitting here like, I'm thinking towards the end of the game. I know it's a 90-minute game or 97 minutes and that, but I'm still baffled by where them 7 minutes come from, because I know they say 30 seconds a sub and all that, but I just fucking, how can you have like no injury time in the first half and then you get 7 minutes in the second half? And I just didn't think, I was expecting 5 to go up, 4 or 5. When the commentator said 7, I was like, nah, fucking, I don't know where they're getting him from. This is Alex Ferguson in their ears, mate. Fergie time. All the talk pre-game was about this geezer having his hair cut and whatever. I think that's a bit disrespectful to Man United as well. That's so many people concentrating on this geezer having his hair cut that they're not even fucking talking about how good Man United have been. And as I said, do you know what? I'm proud of the team tonight, because I thought we took it to them, from minute 1 to the last minute. All right, it was going to take a good goal to beat us tonight, to score against us. So, and I'm not taking nothing away from that finish. It was a great finish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. I don't know if I'm being harsh, but I mean, Haman's had a good game today, but part of me feels like maybe Areola saves that. Maybe he could have done better there.
No,
I know it was.
I don't know, mate. That was a good finish, like instinct. I thought Hermansen was good tonight. Do you know what I like about Hermansen? I said this on Saturday against Burnley. I like the way he's always, like, he's good with his feet. We know that. That's why we signed him. That's why Potter wanted him. But he's just aware and he's on the edge of the box all the time. And, I feel comfortable when the ball's at his feet. I think we just have to sort of, move on now. We've got the FA Cup on Saturday. Welcome distraction. It gives players like maybe Traore will start getting match fitness, Magassa, Potts, get these players that haven't been involved that much lately, give them a run out on Saturday, and then we go again against Bournemouth. And look, Bournemouth got a good result tonight away at Everton, but Bournemouth are a team that we can beat. If we turn up like we have in the last few weeks, we can beat Bournemouth. I'm not saying Bournemouth's going to be easy, because they're not, but you got to just have the hope now and the confidence that we are going to start picking up points. But like you said, mate, if Forest pick up a win tomorrow, it's disappointing. It'll be a 5-point gap again.
That's why the FA Cup isn't really a welcome distraction for me at this moment, because it's like you just want the team to be able to go again and can make up for that and go and get 3 points to sort of wash the taste out of our mouth and hopefully close the gap again. It's like we got to wait just under 2 weeks now to go and play Bournemouth and then hope we go and get that win. And honestly, it's
in a way, though. In a way, it might be a good thing, because we might be able to rest a few players like Somerville and Bowen, just give them a little bit of a break. They will be involved on Saturday, but if they're on the bench, just try to give them a bit of time. There's a lot of key players that we want now fit until the end of the season, and giving them a little
Yeah.
bit of break might do us good.
Yeah, no, listen, there has to be players. Magassa has to start. You have to start getting Scholesies and Disarcy, I think, still needs some. So he hasn't played a lot, so you start him. You start Traore, as much as I've just said I don't rate him. Just start him in that. Like, you need to start some of these players, like you said, and mix it up, the ones that are tired. And hopefully Pablo, his injury isn't too bad. Obviously, he went in the squad. There's all rumours about, Somerville, Bowen, all that being injury. It's Pablo. So hopefully he's okay, because, we miss him. We do miss him. Today showed it. We had to change the formation to start with, and that when we played so well with two up top, I think we missed that, as much as we did well with the change. Like, I'm hoping Pablo's going to be back for at least Bournemouth, because the energy he gives us. But yeah, mix up some of them players.
Yeah, by the sounds of it, it was only a knock, so he should hopefully he'd be involved on Saturday, because it'd be a nice little run out for him. But yeah, as long as he's back for the Bournemouth game, I think that'll be massive. But even like, I know we spoke about Traore, but even like when Scholes come on today, I thought he looked comfortable when he come on.
Probably could have done better for that Embuemo cross, but apart from that, I thought he was solid.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what, the way we kept their forward line quiet tonight was good. We didn't give them any clear cut chances, did we? Up until that Casemiro header, they didn't even have apart from the one that was cleared off the line, they never had no chances. And Manson didn't really have much to do tonight. That's the disappointing thing. We worked so hard and we was looking to get back-to-back clean sheets for fuck knows how long, since probably 1922 or something like that. But it's just it's gutting him, but I'll take a little bit of pride out of that tonight. United they've been in a good run of form, so have we, and probably a draw. If you'd have said to me a draw before the beginning of the night, I probably would have took it. But I'm sitting here now watching that. We should have all 3 points.
All to play for now. And look, 20 points lost from winning positions. Got to change that. We got to change that if we have any hope of staying up, because we can play well and we can score all the goals we want if we keep dropping these points when we're winning. And the positive is that we're winning. We're in these winning positions in the first place, right? But the negative is we drop the points from these positions. So we got to fix that. Like, every time they put the graphic up, it kills me.
Well, it's funny. So it's always a commentator's curse, isn't it? Because even when Casemiro scored, the commentator literally said, West Ham is playing so well, you can't see him conceding. And then bang, Casemiro scores a header. It was offside, and it was the right
offside.
decision. Yeah, he's well offside. I don't know why it took him that long to get to that decision. But Thomas Souček tonight, man of the match. He was everywhere, both boxes, goal, and now he's the top scoring Czech player in Premier League history. You know what I mean? So it's
what a revival he's had.
Yeah, he overtook Patrick Berger. So look, he's been I know he gets his criticism sometimes, but every manager that he's played under always reverts back to him, because he's Mr. Reliable. He's not going to have a good game every week, but it's he was brilliant tonight.
Yeah, it's great to see the revival he's been having, and it's worked. And the fact that we've got more energy around him, more legs around him, the likes of Fernandez, who was excellent today as usual, the likes of Tatty in front of him, the likes of Somerville, like there's just more legs in the game, so you can have a slower player like a Souček, and he's that experienced head. Like, so it's good to see, because he loves the club, so it's good to have him in there. And let's just hope come the end of the season we win. I think it's going to go down to the last game at this stage. I can't see us being safe with games to go. So that game against Leeds is going to be, I think they'll probably be safe by then.
It was a good, listen, great point for Leeds tonight. 2-0 down at Chelsea to come back. It's a massive point for them. So look, there's still what's there 13 games to play. So what's the 39 points still to play
Is it
for this
14
season?
or 12?
Is it 12 or 13? It might be
I think
12
it's
now.
12.
Sorry. So
Yeah, it's 12.
yeah, so 36 points still to play for. There's a lot of points there. We just have to hope. It's still not in our hands. But look, tomorrow night, Wolves now the pressure's off of them a bit. They know they're down. They know they're relegated. Well, I think they're 18 points adrift, and they or even more now, 19 points. So they're not going to stay up. But hopefully they get a result tomorrow. But we shouldn't be relying on Wolves to get us a result tomorrow, or for Forest to drop. So
Yeah,
yeah,
100%, mate. 100%. Like, so yeah, look, it's a tough one to take. We just got to dust ourselves off and try and get ourselves up for this FA Cup. And like I said, it'll take some time getting over it, but let's see. There's still a lot of football to play. So yeah.
Let's end it. Let's end it on a positive, mate. Let's end it on a positive.
Yeah.
We're unbeaten. Well,
I'm unbeaten in 6 now, isn't it? No, well, one loss in 6.
We lost to
Sorry,
Chelsea, didn't we? But
yeah, one loss in 6 is good.
Yeah, we're looking all right. We're showing a bit of fight, and that's what we wanted. So
we did say if we're gonna go down, we want to go down swinging, and we're swinging right now. So
yeah. We're still in the fight. We're still in the fight. No one's throwing in the towel yet.
Yeah, 100%. So listen, let us all know how you're all feeling about the game and what you think. And fan cams will be up shortly, so you can go check them out, see what everyone else is saying about that. I'm sure they're going to be very interesting. And we'll be back tomorrow for post-match pint and really get to talk about it again. Great. This is the time where I hate doing YouTube because I just want to turn it off and try and forget about it, but that's what it is, isn't it? We're here to enjoy the good times and the bad. Listen, thank you all so much for watching. And we will see you on PMP and check out fan cams and all of that stuff. So one thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you